Hey guys, welcome back. So in my last video on the driver's side door, this is the passenger door. I took one of these patch panels and I replaced the whole bottom piece here. So I put that in, I flanged it, welded it across, and I ended up getting a low spot in the door, which took a little banging around, knocking around, and ended up putting some filler in. Another problem I had was on the ends, this panel was just a little bit short, and I ended up building it up. After I folded it over, I noticed it. And it was a little bit short, and I ended up building it up with a little bit of weld. So on this one, what I wanted to do was see if I can just replace the corners. You can see this corner. This one is rusted through as well, but this one is the bad one, and you can see there's big chunks of Bondo in there. And just like the other side, like, you know, that's trash, right? I don't know how far up it goes, but we're gonna find out. And just like the other side, let me move this. The bottom, or the inside of the door, I guess. Sounds like we got some stuff in there. So here's the inside of the door. You can see this is all trash down there, trash here, trash up in here. The problem is I don't have this piece, and it'll be a few weeks to get it. So I'll probably do like I did on the other door, and I'll create a patch inside here so we have something to wrap the door skin around, and then same on the other corner. And I'll probably put a patch in here as well. And then when I get the proper piece, I'll cut it out and replace it. But at any rate, I think I will, just like in my other video, if you haven't seen my other video, you can go ahead and take a look. But I think what I'll do is I'll start with this repair first. So I'll trim off this. I'll get this corner patched in. I'll get that corner patched in. And then we'll flip her back and we'll do the other side. Maybe I should do something with that now too. I don't know. We'll see. Damn, that's terrible. At any rate, this was a $1,000 truck, so we're not really risking a whole lot. I've never done a repair like this before. But we'll see what happens here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this stripped off, and then we'll get this repair done, then we'll flip her over and get on with what we're actually doing. Show you what I'm doing here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a flapper disc, and I'm going to press it along here and along this side until this breaks free. It's just wrapped around, and once it breaks free, I'll just pull her up. Okay, so we ended up cutting out this and a bit more on the top here. I went ahead and put in a little patch down along the bottom, and then I cut this piece out and put that in, and then I put this piece on here, and then I had to put another piece in here, and then up across the top you can see I put a patch in here. It's got a little glaze on there to kind of try and hide some of all the tacks and stuff. This is the bottom of the door, so I'm not going to get too carried away with it. Over on this side, I ended up cutting this guy out, this little triangle, and welded it in. And same thing, just a little skiff of glaze on there. I'll sand that down before I flip it over, I might even throw a spot of paint on it, and then we'll flip it over and we'll get to the patches on the other side. Originally I wasn't gonna fix all this, but I thought I'd give it a shot, and worst case I come back, put the patch in. But yeah, it worked out okay. A little more pieces than I wanted to put in, but we can work with it. It's the bottom of the door. It's $1,000 pickup truck. It's just going to be like a shop truck, so I don't really want to get too carried away anyway. So yeah, that's where we're at. These are just drying. They're wet right now. As soon as that's done, I'll get this flipped over and we'll get started on the other side. All right, so this is what we got on this side. I cut my panel, basically laid it over where I wanted it to be, and traced it with the zip disc. So I cut this shape first. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. So first thing I did was clean this up till I could get to a spot that I was happy to weld to. And then I cut that out, made sure I was happy with the back side. Then I cut this piece to where I wanted it, which was right here. And then I laid it over and I trimmed off, about yay much, about that much of it. I don't think that's it. Yeah, it is that. So that's the piece I took out of there. So I cut this, I don't know, I said about 3/16 on one side, a little over 1/4 inch on the other. Bigger, and then trimmed it. So I'm happy with that. I am going to start welding this up. And if this ends up being a mistake, well, then I'll be glad I didn't do that side yet. But yeah, I'm gonna throw some clamps on here, start throwing in some tacks, and then we'll come back and take a look. Okay, so what I've done is I've basically cut myself out a triangle, laid it on top of the door. So I'd cut out this section on the door first. Then I had cut a bigger piece, which is this black piece here, out of the panel, laid it on top, and then just went across with the grinder and just traced it, just like that. And now I'll pop this off of here, and there'll be a little sliver to pull out. We'll take a look at how big of a piece we're yanking out of there. So that's the piece we're pulling out right there. That's what we cut off. And then this piece here we'll lay in similar to that. We'll clamp her in and then weld it in. This side, you can see again, there's an awful lot of Bondo in here. Down here isn't so bad, but up here it's really thick. And I got the same problem on this side. This side we've already welded in. Started to fold over, but I want to flip the door over to finish the fold. You can see up in here the Bondo is super thick. I'm not even sure I want to use this door, but we'll see. And then down here it tapers off pretty thin. When I went to go fold this in, it seemed to fold in a little bit more than the piece above it. See that there? It looked okay, and that's why I welded it. So I think this time I'm actually going to place this a little further out, somewhere around there, and then up here same thing. I'm going to place it out a little bit, and we'll see how it folds over. I think that might actually do it for this video. I've got to go to work and I won't be back for a little over a week, but I just kind of wanted to show you how I wanted to do it. And I hadn't done this before, but I'm happy with the way the patch itself goes as opposed to the bigger one I did in the other video, but I'm just not happy with the door with all the Bondo. And seeing as how I'm into this truck for so little, I may end up replacing maybe the whole door skin, or I just might get myself another door. We'll see what happens. But anyway, that's what I did. So there's that patch is done. This one is about to be welded in. It'll end up looking like that anyway. That's going to take some filler up in there for sure. and a little bit down here because there is some in there. And this seems to be sitting a little bit low in here, so that's going to eat up a little bit too. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. We'll see how this lines up on the bottom of the door when we're done. It does look like it's in just a hair. I might just put a few tacks in there and build that up. At any Okay, so I got this side folded over now. It's looking pretty good. In fact, it does look better than the first side. That seems to be a lot more even, as does that. So what I did is I pulled it over a little more than I thought I should, and as a result it actually fit up better. This looks a little short. I don't know if you can see that there. It's a little short, so I'll probably have to build that up with a little bit of weld. But anyway, I folded over nice. It feels good, looks good. I'm gonna throw a little shot of some filler in there, try and smooth that out, and that'll probably be the end of it for today. All right, so there you go. Which one do I like better? I think I like this repair better than the last repair. The last repair I had low spots and whatnot. This door panel itself may be a challenge, and we may end up changing this whole skin yet. We'll see. I do have to be on a plane in an hour, so I got to get rolling here. I'll be gone for a week. When I get back, I will sand this. I'll make it smooth as glass. This is only the first go round with the filler, so I expect this to have to be sanded off, and then another one to perfect it. Maybe even a third one of glaze. I'm not too sure. But overall, I'm real happy with the repair. I have a little bit of sanding to do, but I'm okay with that. I think the entire thing maybe took 4 to 5 hours, and that's including the repair down there as well. Or maybe it was over here. Yeah, that guy there. So, yeah. Not a show truck finish, of course, but not bad. We get rid of the rust. We get all metal back in our door, and it's going to look great. If you're looking for a budget way to do this stuff, hey, hang around. Like, subscribe, comment. I don't know. You guys know what to do. Yeah, so this is done for now. I'll try and edit the video next week once I get this sanded down and back on the truck, just to show you how the fit is. So yeah, check back. Okay, so here's kind of the finished product. I really got to get going to work. So this paint is still wet on here. I had half a can of white, so I just kind of wanted to show you, what it looks like. I actually still need to touch up one spot with some glaze down in here. I had a low spot. I don't know if you can see it right there. Yeah, see that? Anyway, I'm happy with it. Turned out good. Got a nice straight line there. Got a nice straight line in there. Excuse the wet paint. It's just really to protect it until we do the body work and paint on this thing. As you can see, the rest of the door has not been touched. And that's because I'll do it all at once. But I don't want to do all the panel repairs and replacements when I do the body work. I just want to sand this bugger and splash some paint on it, kind of take the embarrassment out of it. So yeah, so I guess this actually concludes the video. The cost was, I don't know, $25. We now have metal in here. We have metal in there. We did the repair down there. That still needs to be finished up. A little bit of sanding and cleaning, and I'll throw some paint on that as well. And this door, I'll hang it back in the truck when I get back from work next week. And I'll see if I can edit the video and just kind of add that in, I guess. But yeah, so a $25 repair, about, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours all in. I think it was time well spent, money well spent, and saved me the cost of another door. So there you go. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you YouTubers do. And yeah, we have a lot more work to do on this truck. So if you didn't see the other door, this one I replaced the entire panel, the entire lower panel. I think it looks pretty good. Anyway, there's the 2 videos, and then there's a bunch of videos anyway. We got lots more to do, so I hope you stick around and join us while we complete this thing. Thanks for tuning in.